Bunch of boxing. What's going on, YouTube? I'm back. Look, I've been off 3-4 days. I had a little bit of a medical emergency in the hospital, in and out of the hospital 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, but I'm back, doing good, so here we go. I got a lot of catching up to do, so bear with me. I got just a awesome bombshell PED Canelo video coming out. You know, basically I've taken the best of all the arguments. You even have, you know, different channels arguing on YouTube, and you know, I'm going to give you really both sides, right? And let you be the judge. But you'll know which way I lean, okay? Also, you guys took the time to ask a bunch of questions last week, and I'm going to answer them tonight. But like I said, I've pretty much been in bed for like 3 days. But I'm back today, feeling pretty good. Here we go. Mikey Garcia, a little catching up to do. Now, I'm going to try to make it quick, but I felt it was worthy of making a video because, you know, I'm proud of what he did, and, you know, any boxing fan would be, should be. But, you know, there's always a but. We always ask the real question. So, you know, but looking at him, right, featherweight, super featherweight, lightweight, and now light welterweight, you know, holding the title at 26, 30, 35, and now 140. You know, that's incredible, right? Impressive. And by the way, right here, man, shout out to Oscar Valdez. Went to the hospital after the Quigg fight. Valdez broke his jaw in the 4th round, lost several teeth even, you know, so lost some teeth, broke his jaw, you know, hell of a fight. So, you know, shout out to him. You guys check that fight out if you didn't see it. And the undercard, by the way, the revenge, the relic revenge, you know, which he did a great job, man. He had, like, I don't know, flashes of Lomachenko in the ring. I was like, damn, this dude can box like shit. So yeah, y'all definitely check that out if you want to see just a good fight. You know, you got Barthélemy, whatever, Barthélemy Rancis, Barthélemy, I call him, but Showtime was calling him Barthélemy, and Relic, great fight. But anyway, back to Mikey Garcia. You know, like I said, now the third current boxer to hold a title in all 4 divisions. You know, and I keep hearing people talk about Mayweather. Well, you know, Mayweather didn't start at 126, so he didn't hold a title there. And now correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Mayweather started at 130, his pro career. Could be wrong, but regardless, he didn't have a title in all 4 divisions, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, Garcia, first fighter in modern history to become champion at 126, 30, 35, and 40. You know, joining the future Hall of Famers such as Juan, Manuel, Marquez, and Emmanuel Pacquiao. So, you know, hey, it's boxing, man. You know, you got to give credit where credit is due. But I'll get to my criticism in a minute. But let me fill you in on a few details right now. You know, look, I think he's a legacy-driven fighter, which is good. You know, he wants to team up with a new promoter, basically that will allow him to fulfill his legacy. You know, he doesn't want, you know, but is he moving too fast? Probably. We'll get into it. You know, I don't know. And Robert Garcia put out a comment, statement that you know, they're going to go back down to 135, unify the titles, and then go from 135. I'm assuming back to welterweight, because he says, you know, yeah, you will see me at welterweight, but I'm thinking, okay, if you're going down to 135. You know, then you're going to jump from 135 to welterweight, or you're going to have like a tune-up fight at light welterweight. Like, I'm not sure. But IBF light welterweight title on the line. Now, remember, this was the belt that Terrence Crawford recently vacated. So he has that belt. And now Mayweather held a championship belt in 5 divisions. And he was unified in 3 or 4, if I remember right. So I wanted to throw that in there because I'm getting a lot of flack from people that's telling me I'm wrong. So Mayweather, like I said, held championship belts in 5 divisions, unified, and I want to say 4. Okay, top of my head, but yeah, Mikey Garcia moving up from 135 to face Sergey Lipinets, okay, the current IBF junior welterweight champion. Lipinets making his first title defense after winning the IBF belt in his 13th professional fight. Okay, so look, you got to give Mikey a ton of credit for accomplishing what he did in a short period of time. So, and again, a 2-year layoff, okay, 2-year layoff, come back to win 4 titles in 4 different divisions. I mean, come on, people. I mean, shit, that's just awesome. Like I said, joining Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez. So now also had I known the fight was going to be in San Antonio, I would have went and covered it. So how did that, I mean, I'm so pissed off. Like, how did that pass me by? Like, how did that slip through the cracks? I mean, it was basically in my backyard. I could have went and covered the fight, but yeah, I missed it. So I totally would have been there all day, every day, but yeah, but it's all right though. It's all good. We'll get the next one. But Garcia, 37-30 knockouts. Let's see, was his 6th title fight. Just an incredible career. 30 years old. You know, still got some life in him. You know, is he in his prime? Close enough. But you know, here's the thing. Sometimes I think he's moving too fast, and eventually it's going to catch up to him. Okay, because I mean, if you look at what he's doing, basically he's kind of headhunting. He's headhunting belts, right? He's belt hunting. Okay, now I believe, you know, to me, I like to see a guy clean out his division and then move up, right? Or when the time is right, move up. But to bounce from division to division, I mean, I understand he had a 2-year layoff and he's playing catch up, but you know, it's kind of like what Pacquiao did, you know, going through all the divisions. See, there was a couple of divisions where, you know, was questionable, right? You could question them, just a couple of them, right? Like the Margarito fight, for example, or Oscar De La Hoya. You know, although the Filipino people, they were petitioning Pacquiao not to take the Oscar De La Hoya fight because they thought he was going to get killed in the ring. So, but we all know how that played out. But yeah, you know, like I said, I mean, I congratulate him and I have a ton of respect for what he's doing. But, you know, you look at a guy like Sergey Lipinets, right? I mean, 13-0, 10 knockouts, you know, so I'm thinking like, you know, I don't know, you know, like I said, I'd rather see him clean out his division, you know, and that's my only criticism that I really have for him, you know, and Lipinets defeating, what's his name, Kondo, I believe it was, I can't think of his first name, it was like Akiro, something like that, Kondo. But winning the IBF belt off of Kondo or in that fight, and then in his first defense, losing it to Mikey Garcia. So now my criticism for Sergey Lipinets, it was just a one-dimensional fighter. I mean, talk about the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, right? You know, I mean, I kept telling, like, in my head, I mean, yelling at the TV, like, change it up, dude, make an adjustment, you know, switch it up, right? It was like so predictable. It was so predictable. It was like the same damn combo over and over and over. Therefore, I knew it was a matter of time before Mikey was going to catch him, and he did. You know, and he did. You know, and you know. So, but here's the question. Like I'd mentioned. Okay, so now he went up. He captured a belt at 140. Now, instead of, you know, defending that belt, right, in the division, he's going to move back down to 135. And unify. You see what I mean? So it's almost like he's kind of cherry picking these guys. So that's the only criticism I have, you know, for Garcia. But regardless, it's one hell of an accomplishment. Okay, you know, 2017 Adrian Broner, right? And then the Roman Martinez fight, you know, the Juan Carlos Burgos fight, okay, the Rojas fight. I mean, you look at these guys that he's fighting, and the other dude, Dejan, I can't remember his name, the ZL something, Zlakachan or whatever. You know, I mean, I don't know, they're not the best of competition, but you know, he's snagging belts, basically. So, you know, that's the thing. It's almost like you get a pass, right? If you're a boxer, you get a pass if you move up and get a belt, right? You know, so that's, you know, like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing him, but I want to see him. Here's the thing. When you're in a division, right? I mean, you fight, you know, different styles. You might have a puncher, you might have a boxer, you might have a runner, you might have a puncher boxer, you might have a brawler, you know, so it's almost like, you know, they're kicking back going, okay, look at this, you know, Sergey Lipinets, I mean, come on, 13 fights, 10 knockouts, like, yeah, we got this, like, that belt is ours, you know, that belt's got my name written all over it, you know, I can really hear them having that conversation. Well, okay, now what do we do? Do we stay at 140 and defend it? No. We're going to go back down to 135, unify, you know, put on a bigger show, right? And then to shock the world, we're going to go up to welterweight and take on a guy like probably a Jeff Horn, right? Or somebody. Well, you look at that division, I mean, Who knows? I mean, right now, I know he's not going to fight Spence. He damn sure ain't going to fight Thurman. You look at the belt holders in that division, but I would think he might go to welterweight, take a tune-up fight, and then put himself in position to get a belt at welterweight. But I guarantee you he'll go for the easiest prey, right? He'll take the path of least resistance at welterweight. So, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've got everything right thus far. I mean, you go all the way back to even when he came back, around 2015. He had one fight in 2016, two fights in 2017, and then of course the current one. Even back in 2016, I pretty much called it what the dude was going to do. Now, what promoter is he going to go with? I don't know. Who knows? I mean, that's anyone's guess. But like I said, he's a legacy-driven boxer, so. Whoever he goes with, they're going to have to pretty much give him free range to do whatever the hell he wants to do. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. What did you think about the fight? And do you agree with me? Do you think it's somewhat of a, I don't know, kind of cherry picking divisions to grab belts? I mean, what do you think?